Okay, this is Game 3 versus Final Rain. If you saw that last one, you saw how incredibly lucky I got there. This is Game 3, and we will see how it goes. Okay, as you saw there, Banebow and Serena are fairly evenly matched. Serena's a little slower. Banebow really has a mastery of the early game and can keep up solid pressure and control throughout the game, especially if she cements, if Banebow cements that advantage in the beginning. Okay, so 2 black garbs is good to kind of keep those allies off me. So still wind up resourcing one of these ill-gotten gains, because I want to be able to take out a Wrath of the Forest, but I'd also like to have some insurance on those black garbs. Spirit Shuriken I also resource because I learned from those Disciple of Aldmore's that it's not really my best card in this specific matchup. Morbid Acolyte comes out. Alright, another ill-gotten gains. I would like to resource it, but I can't. I need insurance. I can't take a risk that there's only one more ill-gotten gains in my deck and Final Rain takes it out. That would hurt me really bad. And she plays a Wrath of the Forest, so now I'm kicking myself for getting rid of that Stop Thief. And then I draw a Stop Thief. So got a tiny bit lucky there. And as you can see, this is going a lot better for me health-wise. Final Rain has an ally on board, which is nice, but I have my black garb protecting me. Okay. And she also had some insurance there. You can see she played her Wrath of the Forest as well. And now things are looking okay. There's stuff I can do here. What I should do next turn is play my Skilled Ironmonger to buff my black garb and get killed by the snare trap, and then play my Gargoyle. But I don't do that. I wind up being a little bit flustered or whatever. I make a little mistake here. Oh yeah, what was happening at this point is some people were messaging me telling me, hey, good luck. Looks like you're doing pretty good, something like that. And I got mildly distracted and I forgot about the snare trap. And you can see there that it hurts me. I lose the Infernal Gargoyle instead of the Ironmonger. Final Rain would have been able to take out either with that Morbid Acolyte plus Banebow's ability. But I would have made her work harder for it at least. Okay, so she took out my weapon. Now I'm just kind of waiting. I want her to suicide some allies on me so that I can start drawing and see what I get. I'm sure she's waiting to see what she gets. Hopefully she gets a weapon or a Shriek of Vengeance. If she can take out my black garb, then I'm in trouble. Okay. So I'm still playing very conservatively here, but I want to draw, and so I do that and figure I want to keep that ill-gotten gains, but I don't want it in my hand right now. I'd rather just have it sitting in my deck, but I wind up drawing another one. So and the reason I went ahead and attacked the Morbid Acolyte is because if and when I get a weapon out, I'm going to have a good amount of shadow energy, but I don't want to have to use shadow energy on every ally. So this is sort of some insurance for me. If she plays a Shriek of Vengeance, then at least I will have, at some point I'll have a weapon capable of taking out her allies. Okay. That's just a speed bump. I know she's going to be able to take it right out. So you can see we're both playing conservatively here. We're holding on to cards. We're not rushing into anything. And she finally got a Soul Seeker, and she's going to use that Soul Seeker to try to whittle away at my black garb. I pulled an Assassination, so right now my hand is kind of, it's got potential, but it's kind of useless right now. And there we go, Cutlass. Okay. Now I know I still got another Ill-Gotten Gains in deck. It's been a while. She hasn't used a Shriek of Vengeance. I'm going to just take a gamble. Okay, this is much better. Now my hand is looking very solid. Right. I've got a black garb out. I've got an ally with haste and assassination, so I can take out an ally that way. I've got a weapon and a perfect shot, so I can take out an ally that way. Got at least 3 ways to take out allies that don't even require me using shadow energy. So this is a very good position for me. The one thing you'll also notice is that in this game we both have full hands. So there's been some games where I'm playing, like that last game, I kind of got Banebow down to an empty hand. That's definitely a great position. But it's not always possible. Sometimes you just can't take out that Wrath of the Forest quick enough. And so in those games, you wind up kind of trying to keep up with and outlast Banebow, and that's what this game's like. Banebow is better early game and not as great late game, so if you can make it to this point with a good amount of health, it starts looking better and better. Okay, I'm trying to decide what to do here. Decide to use the Fleet-Footed Messenger, Assassinate. I'm going to go for the Shadow Knight first. Why would you kill the Shadow Knight first? Well, because it's nice to put an ally on top of the Shadow Knight, right? If you do that, then the Shadow Knight loop can't work, right? And that's kind of important. Alright, so I'm still worried about that kind of Krygon / Banebow's ability taking out whatever I put out there. So a 1/7 should be kind of safe from it. It's possible Banebow can still take it out with a Krygon, that bow, and his ability. But, you know, I'd like to make Final Rain work for it, at least. Another nice thing is when you put 2 high health allies like this out against Banebow is if Banebow has to ping your allies instead of your hero, then you're going to be in the game longer. And there's that Krygon, like I thought. Let's see what else we get. Okay. And there's my last Ill-Gotten Gains here. Not as big a deal now. I've only got 15 cards anyway. I've got 10 resources. Or 9 resources. There's really no reason I need to keep it. I get rid of it just mostly because I want to make room in my hand for other stuff now. So there's a lot of different things I can do here. I want to be able to take out something. Okay. I want that Spirit Warden down to interrupt any possible yeah, I want to be able to interrupt a or a Shadow Knight. And you can see there I use the Backstab plus Midnight Sentinel combo to get a nice little buff for that Midnight Sentinel. So now I'm in a situation that's nice versus Banebo. Unless Final Rain had a Spirit Shuriken in her deck, which I don't believe she does, I'm in a pretty good spot. I've also got a lot of good control cards in my hand. Nightshades are not so great, right, in this matchup because they're kind of trivial for Banebo to take out. But the Ankle Breaker is going to be nice if I need it. And Perfect Shot is terrific. And I've also got the Black Garb as sort of haste insurance. So all in all, I'm in a very good position in this game. Okay, Death Mage Thaddeus softens up that Midnight Sentinel for Kragon after Banebo used that ability. So as you can see, Banebo is, Final Rain is really kind of stretching now to kill my allies. It takes her a good amount to do it. She's still getting it done, which is great. So now I've got options. There's different ways I can go about this. And I decide to go with the slow and meticulous route. Not really sure why I did this, but meh. Yeah, I guess I wanted to take out the Wrath of the Forest before killing stuff. You know, I could have used the Perfect Shot to take out the Death Mage Thaddeus, and then used a weapon to take out a Kragon. That probably would have left me in a slightly safer position. But this is fine. And Grundler's double. So I've got those two Nightshades sitting there. That Grundler's double is going to make them kind of useless. But at the very least, Banebo's used up that ability. So now, you know, those Nightshades could still get pinged by the Krygons and killed by the Grundler's double. But they could be some sort of roadblocks for me too, so that's okay. And you can see that Final Rain decided not to attack with that Kragon. So all this time I am saving up Shadow Energy, and I decide to go with a discard that Cutlass. Okay. Now notice that I switch to the Cutlass because all the allies in play are 2 health anyway. And because we're both kind of running low on cards here. And so my thoughts are right now, if I can, the more that I can mill Final Rain here, the better off I'll be. And if I can get her to discard a good amount of cards, then I'll be in very good shape. Okay, So nightshades are serving as a little bit of a distraction here, keeping her from going straight from my hero. And that would have been 6 damage to me if she had gone for my hero just now. And there you go. Krygon's going to take out the Nightshade. And attack the Ironmonger. And I forget if he attacks, if that last Krygon attacks me. No. Okay, last Shriek of Vengeance. I think that's 3 I counted in this deck. So good amount of Shriek of Vengeance, much more than the average Banebow deck for sure. This is why I didn't expect to have to worry about them so much, but she's used them really well. So it's a good call on her part. And I'm going for the Death Mage Thaddeus. I like to take them out first before the guys that are going to suicide themselves on me, because I'm not too concerned about guys suiciding on me. They die and they can't do me any more damage. So here I'm wondering, I'm kind of torn between playing that backstab or not, and then I wind up going with it. And I'm glad I did, because now I can get the Morbid Acolyte up to a 5/7, and that's going to be a lot harder for Final Rain to take out. Not impossible, but harder. Like I said, the more I get her focusing on my allies, the less she's focusing on my hero, the more I've got a chance to mill her right now. If I can get rid of all her cards, she's going to slow down, and then I'll be in charge. Okay. Probably going to use one of those Krygons on that Morbid Acolyte, and then could attack it with both. Okay, just got that Wrath of the Forest out, which is a nice call. Yep, there goes one of the Krygons. And she took out my ill-gotten gains, so I can't draw from that. But I've only got 4 cards left, so it's not a big deal. It's fine. And a Sacrificial Lamb. So she gets to all her cards. Makes it so the best way to mill her is now to just go for her face, which I would have probably done anyway. And there we go. I got a Snare Trap, which is great. There's a lot of 3 casting cost allies in this deck, so. And say goodbye to Grundler's Double. Now I'm in good shape. Only 3 cards left in her hand. I got 3 left in deck. And Shadow Knight can't revive guys from the graveyard now. And it's a Furion Terror. Very nice. Okay. Harbinger dies to the snare trap. And okay. So now it's over, pretty much. That probably didn't need to do. There's no reason to do that. And use that assassination on that Fury and Terror, because there's no more cards to worry about. I'm going to steal the last card in Final Rain's hand here. And it is a Shadow Knight. So having that, the Shaman, or whatever, the Spirit Warden out really helped me there. And it's good game. Okay, so 3 games versus KA Final Rain. As I said, she was a very worthy opponent. And yeah, I move on to the next round with a win.